thing that I think is so cool about fall is that you can kind of declare that fall has begun whenever you want within a pretty wide range of dates, and it's generally pretty accepted. You have official when fall begins, which is like late September. You have September 1st, which people like to be done with summer and celebrate fall. You have when people go back to school. You have when it starts feeling like fall. And even the summer lovers, the begrudging fall late adapters will be like, yeah, okay, it's fall. And I've always been a summer lover, so I've always been more on the begrudging camp. Especially, I feel like fall is frustrating because it feels so short. It feels like it gets cold here in New York, like right after fall weather has been nice. Like it'll be perfect for a couple days and maybe I'm busy those days. What then? And then it's cold. And I'm always trying to like soak up my last bits of summer. Usually September, I'm like still painting my nails mint green because I'm like, I didn't wear mint green nails all summer and I have to do this in summer. And I'm like, it's still summer if I have mint green nails, right? And this year I accepted it. This year I did orange right at the beginning of September. And I feel like this is growth. All that to say, we're doing a video today about fall makeup. I did videos like this in the past. I did a winter one, a spring one, a summer one, and there are 4 seasons. Fall is the 4th one, and I haven't done a fall one yet. So that's what we're doing today. I hope my lighting's not wonky. I've been having a little, like I've tried to film some things. I've taken a little bit of a break. I've tried to film some things and my lighting was difficult and I need to devote more time to it, but we're not really going to be like showing off shifts today, I don't think. I think it's more about like an overall look than like individual shadows, so hopefully it will do for today. Bear with me. But yeah, let's get into the fall makeup. I posted on Instagram the other day asking what fall makeup means to you. This is exactly what I did for the other season's videos that I did, and I'm going to read some of the responses, and I will use these responses to come up with the ultimate fall look, which I will apply to my face. Okay, so what does fall makeup mean to you? It means Hannah's going to make a fall makeup video. Interesting observation. Orange and green, nude and brown and orange, dark lip, warm smoky eyes, warmer and brighter lipsticks, smoky shadow, brown lips, maple red lips, berry blush, murky yellows, faded reds like falling leaves, warm tones, darker lips, Halloween colors, chartreuse, grungy, muted shades that have a little brown and gray in them. So overall, I'm seeing a pretty clear color palette of orange, green, brown. I was curious to see what the responses were going to be because I feel like it's still locked in my brain somewhere. The fall makeup of my youth, of like 2012, that like dark purple MAC lipstick that everybody was obsessed with. Fall was really trending for a number of years in my early 20s, in like, you know, the 2010s. So I had it in my head that the responses were going to be more aligned with that style, but this sounds like fresh to me, and I'm excited to make a look with this. Okay, so I applied my eyebrows and my eye primer, and we're gonna start talking about eyeshadow. I have a vision. I have a vision of something kind of smoky brown and chartreuse. I pulled out the Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is such fall vibes, and I think this might be a good murky green for my lid, but I think I need a brown from elsewhere. Okay, I have this from Luxie, R.I.P. This is Spiced Lemon, and I feel like this will be a good base for the outer section of my eye. I kind of want it to be like a light application, because I feel like a smoky eye, isn't it like a lot of it's kind of like shape? Like a smoky eye goes swoosh, you know? Let me zoom you in more. Is this lighting okay? I can't tell. During my absence, I kind of mentioned this before, but I bought shadows from a brand I hadn't tried before. I filmed an ice watch, and it's just like, it's such bad footage because you can't see the shadows that well. And I took some footage like from my phone, like turning around in different lights, like I like to do when I'm trying out multi-chromes. And it's just such a contrast, what you see in those clips to what you see in like the main video. And I'm like, I can't post this. Like I need to figure out my lighting and redo it and it won't be a first impression anymore, but like, I think the most important thing is that you can see what I mean when we're describing color, you know? And shifts. And sparkle. But hopefully this is okay for today. Yeah, is that a good base? Like, is this the start of a smoky eye? Am I just realizing I just don't fully know what a smoky eye is? Definitely going to deepen this up. I just wanted to get a color down as the base for everything. Ooh, you know what I want to do to deepen it up? I wasn't going to do this, but I have fried Oreo from Pretties for Your Face, which is a satin shadow. And I like this formula because it's not super like pigmented and heavy. I feel like this is a good shadow to deepen something up, but like be able to do it at your own pace. Yeah, actually, I really like this. I was imagining putting a dark brown over, but I feel like this is better. Is it? Did it even change that much from the other eye? I don't know, but we know that there's depth there. That's gotta count for something. Yeah, the lighting thing, I have, like, from my old setup, I've since changed my setup, so like, I am in different, like, angles to my overhead light. It's a different overhead light. I have a different camera also, and I just don't know anything about settings. I never changed the settings on my old camera, and the lighting was always, like, good. And this one I feel like I need to mess with. And my boyfriend is a big camera guy. He, like, you know, he films stuff. He's aware of how cameras work. He's aware of how to, like, figure things out. But he's busy because it's haunted house season, and he owns a haunted house. So I don't know if I can, like, trap him right now and get him to help me look at my camera. But maybe I'll try. Is that smoky enough? I feel like you guys aren't gonna think it's smoky enough. Okay, I was gonna do Cute Alert from ColourPop, but this one's pretty warm. And I feel like if I'm gonna do this, I just need something that's more like straight up dark brown. What about Tasty from Luxie? I'm just doing this all with the same brush. I feel like whenever I film, I'm very much one brush. Or like one brush per area, you know? Yeah. I tried to just focus that right on like the one spot, so it's kind of like, it smokes out in either direction. Just right at like the crease of the outer eye. Yeah. Checking in my mirror in case the camera's deceiving me, but it looks pretty good. I'm just going to blend some of the edges a little bit more. And I am kind of blending inwards. I pretty much always start with a crease shade, like a light brown in my crease. And I didn't do that today, but I'm kind of blending this into that area. So I'll kind of have a crease shade anyway, but it'll be very cohesive with these browns on the outer eye. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to stick with matte for the inner part because I saw a shadow that looks really good to me and I kind of want to do it, but I want to at least start with the matte. Like, I don't know if we're going to stay just matte, but I feel like this color is such a good murky green. I guess it's not fully like bright enough to be chartreuse, but it's definitely like, it fits the overall vibe of what I got from the responses. Okay. It does work, but yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this doesn't excite me enough. I need shimmer. Yes, baby. My cat is in a mood today. What's going on, pumpkin girl? Yeah, it'll do. Like, if I wanted something matte, this would be fine, but I'm putting a little extra attention to my eyes today. I want something a little bit more exciting, and my eyeshadow collection has been so unorganized. I'm so excited to reorganize it. I've just been like pulling out of my Cleona palette mostly. And occasionally I'll like go looking for like a couple Davina favorites. But for the most part, I'm just like, I'm not like looking into my collection. So I'm doing that more so now than I have been. And I'm like, oh yeah. So the shade that caught my eye is Cinder Bloom from Davina. This is like a green over a warm brown. It's sparkly, but it's not too like deep and intense. I really like it, and I feel like it will be perfect for this look. Cute. The only thing is like, it makes me feel like I could have a brown shimmer for the shimmer to blend into. Because sometimes when I put a shimmer right next to shades that look more matte, it just feels like, you know, the texture totally drops off. And if I have a dark shimmer, it could blend into the texture. So maybe I'll look and see if I can find a dark shimmer. Since I have my Cliona palette handy, I reached in and I grabbed out Calligraphy, which is a dark brown, and I'm just going to apply it with a brush because I want to have control over it. Yeah, I feel like this is doing the job. It's just like linking the dark brown color with the texture that's on the lid. This eye is definitely my problem eye. And I'm just going to pick up Cinderbloom on the same brush to make sure I didn't lose any of that in this like intershadow blend. All right, nice. Moving on to the face, there wasn't anything said about skin finish, about natural or matte or dewy. Thank God. I feel like matte was the ultimate fall makeup skin finish in that time period that I was thinking of, like 10 plus years ago, and I don't want to go down that route again. So I'm just going to do my normal base products. Come to think of it, maybe the thing about fall makeup that hasn't changed from that time period is the emphasis on eyes and lips. I wasn't even thinking about that because like those are my favorite parts of makeup, so that's what stands out to me anyway. But just judging by the differing responses, pretty much all the responses this time focused on eyes and lips. And in other seasons, there was more direction about skin finish, about blush, bronzer, highlight. And here, there was almost no mention of that. There was one mention of berry blush. So that is what I'm going to do for my cheeks. I have Mood from Merit. But I just thought that was interesting, that it is all about the eyes and the lips for fall. I could build this up, but it's really like a soft berry on me, and I like it that way because I don't want it to take away from the eyes and the lips that much because those are like the main attraction. Here I am building it up a little bit. Cute. I did a soft highlight on the cheek, and now we're moving back to the eyes. So I had it in my mind in the beginning that I could do an orange lower lash line, or like orange on the part of the lower lash line that kind of like matches up to the green, you know? But now that I have most of the eye look on, I just feel like it will take away from the top, or it'll be like an unnecessary addition. So I think for the lower lash line, I just want to kind of stick with the same vibe, and maybe I'll just do that that murky green from the Fantasy Cosmetica palette where it is underneath, where the green on the top is. Going in with Spice Lemon from Luxie again, and Fried Oreo again. Yeah, I think this eye is like way messier than this eye, but I do really like the look. There were a couple of variations for the lips, but the thing that I feel like I saw the most is brown lips. I used to love wearing a brown lip so much. I had Lime Crime Salem, which now that I'm thinking it over, when I ordered from Lime Crime last year, did I reorder Salem? I might actually have Lime Crime Salem, but I have to go digging in a drawer that has no bottom. Okay, give me a second. Okay, that wasn't actually so bad, and I actually have Salem. Yeah, this was my beloved. This was my beloved brown lip, and it got old. I bought this the first time in like 2011. Like, it lived a long life. And it was always in my head, because I liked this so much, that I liked brown lips. But after I stopped using my old one and I messed around with some other brown lips, I felt like it was Salem that I liked. It wasn't just the umbrella category of brown lips. Like, I was never able to recreate the magic that I felt with Salem with anything else. Now, I don't know if Salem's going to have the same magic for me because of the formula, especially. It's, you know, it's the Lime Crime Velveteen formula. It's an ultra matte dry down liquid lipstick. And that worries me a little bit, but we will see today. I do also have this Charlotte Tilbury liner in Pillow Talk 3 Intense. So this will work for me as a brown liner. Okay. That brush is tickly. Yeah, I think the thing about Salem is it's certainly like a more warm brown. Maybe that was the error in the other browns that I tried, that they weren't just like a little bit warm without being like super warm. Like it's not reddish, but it's a little bit warm. That is a cute color. I feel like I could use more blush. I don't know if it's the lighting on the camera. Let me see. Mirror, mirror in my hand. Could I use more blush? Like I can see the blush better in the mirror. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'll add a little bit more. And also at the end when I have like the final look all together, I can take a picture in my phone to insert so we could see if there's any like differences. That is interesting with the blush, because my thought was if I didn't get any comments about blush, I would just do something like really neutral. Like I was thinking like this Natasha Denona Puff Paint, which is tan. It's like a similar tone to my skin tone and not that much deeper. But it's interesting seeing this look that with the eyes and the lips being so heavy, I do feel like I want a little bit something more on the cheeks to like balance it. Because otherwise it looks like I have no face makeup on, and I don't like the look of that either. Okay, I'm gonna do this reddish, this Walk of No Shame eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this liner. It's a little bit warmer than the tones that we have on the eye, but I feel like it goes well together. Yeah, like I feel like it's brown enough to kind of like blend with the brown tones on the outskirts of the eye. Oh, I don't have an inner corner on yet. Where did my Druid palette go? I'm so unorganized. I've mentioned this before, but like ever since I switched rooms in like December, I've just felt so unorganized, and I'm working through it. I'm trying to get to a point where I don't feel so unorganized, because I feel like that's a big thing that's been keeping me from posting. I just feel like all over the place. I think I'm gonna do a palette declutter like soon. Like maybe I'll film it within the next couple days, because I think that will help. And I desperately need to do a single shadow declutter. I've been talking about that for so long. But yeah, I feel like those two things will help me feel less overwhelmed by my makeup and overwhelmed by like my lack of storage. Sometimes you just need less things to be able to store them efficiently. I did find my Druid palette while I was rambling. I'm gonna use Balance. I really like this shade as an inner corner. I feel like this palette might have dried a little bit. It's a couple years old in my collection. All of their palettes, I think all of their palettes, are now magnetic, including like the one they sell of this now is magnetic. I bought it before it was magnetic, just as an indicator of how old this is. I mean, I definitely have way older in my collection, but just saying. Like, this palette is no spring chicken. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit into my crease. I always like that look to kind of like bring a little bit of cohesion, to link the inner corner to the look itself. This green is a cooler green, but I kind of like that messiness, that randomness, that like it not feeling perfectly planned. It's like I just threw on all my greens because I wanted to wear green. Okay, so we can have a semblance of a final reveal. I'm going to do my mascara off camera, mysteriously. I've just been using the Make Waves again. I feel like I was using some mascara that was like annoying my eyes. Like some combination of like cleanser and mascara, and my eyes were feeling irritated, and I was like, let me just go back to basics, buy all my old crap. And I had a Sephora gift card, so I went and I bought like my old cleansing balm and this mascara. And I'm very happy with it. It's very gentle in my eyes. I feel like it looks very good. Why do I stray? I don't know. I digress. I'll be right back. And here is the fall makeup. I think this look turned out awesome. I really like this. I've really kind of fallen in a habit with my makeup, which I do think is a good thing. Like, I've talked about this before. I feel like for a while I felt kind of like pressure from myself, or, you know, perhaps like through Instagram, but like it wasn't directly through Instagram, but I pressured myself because of that to always be like innovating and trying something new. And I found that I enjoy wearing the makeup that I enjoy. Because of that, I'm not as experimentative as I once was. And even things with like lipsticks. It's been so long since I've worn a statement lip because I really like my like pinky brownie nudes, and that's what I've been wearing all the time. But two things are true. Like, it's true that it's good to take the pressure off myself to always be trying something new and just to enjoy what I like. But it's also true that sometimes when you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you try something that you like. Who would have thunk? I'm gonna take a picture with my regular camera. Okay, I'll insert the picture that I just took. I think the colors definitely are more intense in my phone camera than they look in this. That like green from the Fantasy Cosmetica palette is really glowy on my like swoosh area. I love how this came out. I thank you guys for suggesting this look, for suggesting all of the puzzle pieces that became this look. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm not someone who really like tries to dress with the seasons. In fact, I would say I really like try against it. I try to not buy like items that only work for a certain season. If I have a Halloween shirt, I do have a couple Halloween shirts. Those are year-round shirts. If it's the right weather to wear that shirt, I will wear that shirt, you know? I try to like go into everything like that because I've lived with a wardrobe where I'm like, this flannel is fall colors and I can't wear it in spring. And like, I don't want to live my life like that, you know? So all my other season videos, I feel like they've been very, not me. You know, I've done a look, like I'm creating it, like I'm trying to make something that I like, but the end result isn't something that feels like me. This does feel like me. I don't know. The brown lip feels like a return to what I once loved. The eyes just feel like fun. These are the colors I like to wear on my clothes, so it makes sense that I'm enjoying them on my eyes. So yeah, I like this. This look gets 2 thumbs up. What are you excited about for fall? Like, I am always sad to see summer end, but I've really like, I don't like being hot anymore. I used to like being hot, and now I don't like being hot. So I'm excited to like layer light jackets and stuff. That's what I'm most excited about for fall. And I'd love to hear what you're most excited about for fall also. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I will see you again, hopefully soon. I know it was a long break before this one, but I'm hopefully back at it, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye!